Hey guys, Games here again. This is going to be what if Yuji was raised by Toji, or what if Toji trained and raised Yuji, like the thumbnail says, or raised and trained. I got that backwards. But I'm redoing it because one, I like the thumbnail better. Two, I felt like it because I wasn't really like there's some very small things wrong with the original story, like just like some plot points. Like I kind of mentioned that the Inverted Spirit Heaven was destroyed. It's not really clear if it's destroyed or sealed. It could be either one, I don't care that much. Then when the Chain of 1,000 Miles, I got that wrong. In fact, it's that as long as the end is in sight, it keeps going. No, as long as the end is hidden, then it keeps going. As long as you can't see the end, it keeps going. That's why it's infinite, basically. A few more things too, but still. Now, in this one, we didn't go on to where Toji and Gojo were fighting. Gojo had executed the Hollow Purple, and Toji was barely able to save himself this time. The way he saved himself was that he had the Inverted Spirit Heaven's blade pointed right at the Hollow Purple. And with that, he cut it in half. One half of it hitting him right in the stomach, the other half just exploding next to him. So the other half exploding, boom. So, yeah. So Toji had supposedly died. In reality, it didn't. He didn't, but still. Gojo never really checked. He thought Toji hit the ground, blood poured out of him, and as Toji was on the ground, Gojo went in to turn Geto and Riko. And when he returns, he just sees bloody footprints that led to a sewer grate. And Toji never went to go back to see Megumi or just his sister, I forgot her name. He never went back to go see him, simply because he already told Gojo go help them. And he already knows that the half-dead man is better off dead. So, yeah. Now, Toji would eventually get some treatment from just Shiu's doctor, or Shihei, S-H-I-U, I don't know how it's pronounced. But treatments from his doctors, and Toji would head to the countryside, kind of under sorcerer witness protection. So, yeah. But he's in a wheelchair due to this blast basically harming his spine, and many organs basically just being destroyed. He's kind of just Jujutsu Kaisen's version of All Might now, just a bit more mean. So yeah. Now, about 2 years later, he would meet a 5-year-old Yuji. Yuji was in his front yard training with his grandpa Wasuke, and Yuji at this point was being taught the very basics of Shotokan karate. And Toji actually mentioned that, hey, you're not too bad, but in my perspective, who's the martial arts master, you suck ass. And immediately, Wasuke, he's like, really, you're a master. Toji says, before my spine was damaged, I was undefeated. Toji kind of got up like a cane, limping, and told Wasuke and Yuji, both just come at me. Wasuke was a bit better condition right now, so he just swung his foot at Toji, but before he could even blink, he was just punched right in the chest and sent flying into a wall. And Wasuke just fainted. Yuji was just pissed himself right there. He just didn't move. He's 5. He's terrified. He pissed himself. So yeah. But Toji would actually just tell them that he'll chip him from time to time because he refuses to let someone disgrace martial arts this badly in front of him when he made his living off of it. Because Yuji was honestly so bad in his opinion that it hurt his feelings. So, yeah. Pause. Okay, sorry about that. Alright. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, Toji is now just kind of unintentionally Yuji's father figure at this point. He's basically the father. He could have been Megumi and his sister, but now he's Yuji's basically father figure. Wasuke is his grandpa, never not really a father. Still. But one day, while Yuji was getting water from Toji's fridge, a few years later, he walked outside, and, walked inside, got water, and looked up. Immediately, pissing himself again. That's the second time Toji's made him piss himself. This time, Toji didn't mean to. He walked outside, Toji's like, there's a bathroom, and you pissed yourself, and there's water in your hand, it's spilling everywhere. What happened? Yuji just crushed the water bottle that's right over his face, and he says, there's a worm on top of your ceiling. He's like, oh, it's a worm. So Yuji says, a worm that's bigger than me is not normal. And he says, wait, what? Toji immediately started limping inside, and looked up seeing the worm. He says, oh shit. Grabbed it, yanked it, and brought it outside to Yuji. Yuji says, you can see him. and kind of poked it with his cane, almost falling, but the worm actually held him up. And Yuji just says, "Can everyone see it?" And then Toji says, "No." And he broke down curse energy and curse spirits. He says, "This is a curse spirit." And he's kind of just derived off kind of the fear of like worms, I guess. He put it down, and he actually says, like, it's kind of just a storage curse, more or less. And he put his hand inside and pulled out just a gigantic sword, saying, "Yeah, see, spirits and shit, or storage and shit." So yeah. And well, due to Yuji being able to see curse spirits at this point, he's like 8 years old. Toji started making Yuji fight curse spirits, as he would gather, kind of recreates the Zenin's room with all the curse spirits. He kind of recreates that with only grade 4 and 3 curses. And he puts Yuji in there. So about every weekend, Yuji fights these cursed spirits. And Shibuya actually kind of just more like Yuji's, Yuji doesn't really go to school. He mainly just trains with Toji and does odd jobs for Shibuya. Shibuya just gives him basic education. So, yeah. Okay. So at this point, Yuji's 8 and just trains really hard. And Yuji will awaken a curse technique. Indirectly, actually. First thing he does is that Toji would find the flies. And he kind of just finds the lead one. The lead fly would more or less be like, not a lead, but the main body, the one that kind of spits out the miniature ones. Toji has Yuji fight that. As Yuji's fighting it, he can't really get it away from him, man. He's biting it. And as he bites it, Toji's like, "Oh, that's not good." But as he bites off a chunk of it, actually dies. And then, suddenly, Toji actually sees Yuji sprout wings. And it's where Toji immediately realizes that his technique might involve eating or just containing the abilities of other curses. Of curses in general, basically. So, yeah. So with this, Toji actually kind of starts making Yuji... He starts feeding Yuji all the curses he was allied with. Being the worm curse, or the storage curse, the storage curse, the fly curse, and a few other random ones that don't really give him any abilities aside from physical amps. This is by the time that Yuji's about 12 or 13. He's already comparable to the manga version of Yuji's physical strength. He can throw cars and everything. So yeah, he's physically probably about closer to Toji's level at this point, and he's 12. So yeah. And Yuji already has really low curse energy to the point where his body doesn't really because he copies the abilities, he just doesn't really get there, what phrase is this? His stamina's greatly increased, but his curse energy levels aren't. His output's really low. So he doesn't really use any energy. Kind of just like the 6 eyes, but just because he's so weak. So, yeah. He doesn't really use any curse energy because he doesn't really have any to use. It's just really low. So, yeah. Let me actually use his curse energies to fight Toji, and all the time he runs out because he can't really beat Toji. If you go 10 fights, Yuji wins probably about 2 of them. And that's towards the end where Toji's getting a bit tired and coughing up blood. So yeah, Toji knows that each time he fights Yuji, his lifespan is shortened. So yeah. But eventually, when Yuji's about 14 and he's been doing jobs for Toji, not Toji, for Shiu, he's been doing jobs for him for about 3 years. He's made a pretty good chunk of change, saving up to him for Tokyo. Because Toji is aware of where Gojo works and tells Yuji, go there someday. And Yuji plans to. But yeah. One day Yuji's out on a job in Tokyo, and he just tells his grandpa, oh yeah, this guy has me do jobs that are just pretty quick. I'm making a ton of money off of them. And they're more they're not really fighting unless Yuji's caught by someone, but they're more or less just search and survey missions. If anything, the most he does would sneak into a building, grab a briefcase, leave. So, yeah, that's the most he does. If he gets caught, it's pretty quickly just one punch and they're out for the day. So, well, maybe even a month, but still. But, yeah. One day he's doing a job in Tokyo, and he just finished it up. And he's at the train station, kind of sitting up on a roof, just waiting for the train to come. As he sees it coming, he sees a giant dragon spirit slam into it, almost knocking off the tracks. Off reflex, he just flies down as fast as he can, and immediately catches the train and pushes it basically onto the ground. No one really seeing who caught the train, but they realize they were let down gently by something. Yuji flies off in the air, seeing hundreds and thousands of cursed spirits. He's immediately just confused him, just calls Toji and Shio. They ask if he needs help, and he says he can handle it, but he's letting them know he'll be late. And they understand it. Then Yuji actually reaches into his own mouth, pulling out the inverted spirit heaven. Yes, Toji actually has it. Because, yes, he survived, so he left with all of his tools. So, yeah, including the inverted spirit heaven. Pause. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. So Yuji was going on and kind of just killing random cursed spirits using the inverted spirit heaven, because Toji didn't really lose any of his tools, so, yeah. Now, as he flies around, he would eventually be flying towards another cursed spirit, and Nautical Mimiko had actually noticed this, and they noticed he wasn't on Geto's side, so they ended up clipping his wings using their phone. As soon as his wings were clipped, he was sent flying to the ground, and when he crashed, Negi was sent to kill him. Or he went to hit and kill Yuji, not really sent by anyone. But as Yuji had fallen to the ground, he's saved by a man in a fur coat. And then he looks up at the man with partially shaved eyebrows, purple hair, fur coat, and the man just kind of slaps him on the back of the head, telling him, "Yo, get up. I know you're a sorcerer, so get up, finish this, and go back to wherever the fuck you came from, because I don't want to be here any longer than I have to." This man is obviously just Hikari. Hikari isn't really in the mood to deal with Yuji. And Negi was just punched in the face, having his face just shredded apart by Hikari's fist. Yuji just regrows his wings, stands up, and then opens his mouth, spitting out a horde of flies that surround Negi, Nanago, and Mimiko. They run off terrified, and then, well, Negi kind of just covered his face because it was covered in blood, and the flies were kind of just going into them. But then Hikari would just coat his fist in just cursed energy, boosting it to his max, and punch a hole clean through Negi's body, killing him right then and there. And with this, Yuji actually pays Hikari some money to go around and help other sorcerers. Yuji gives him his entire paycheck. So Hikari gets paid a few $1,000s, and yeah. Yeah, so now they go on, and they end up helping Nanami and Todo. So with this, because Todo is helped by Hikari, Yuji helps Nanami, they kind of establish some relationship right then and there. And they end up going to Tokyo Tech, where they end up saving the main roster of students, minus Yuta. Yuta didn't really need saving, he wasn't even there yet. But yeah. Now, they don't really fight Geto, because Yuji immediately just tells Hikari their job isn't to beat him, just push him away. And Hikari and him both agree to do that, so they push away Geto, until Yuta arrives. Yuta actually asks Hikari, why didn't you beat him? And Hikari and Yuji both just answer, none, just not our job. And they walk away. But Yuta has no time to actually heal everyone else. And then with that, he ends up just beating Geto. And Hikari doesn't want to talk to him about Gojo or anyone else. He doesn't talk to Gojo or any of the elders. He just holds out his hand as Yuji flies off with Hikari. So yeah. Yuji and Hikari fly off, and they go out, where they end up finding Nanami and Todo, who are both just talking to each other, as they mentioned someone saved them, but they weren't from any of the sorcerer schools. Then Nanami brings up who Hikari actually is, but he's been expelled. Or suspended, but yeah. But with this, Yuji and Hikari land, talk to Nanami and Todo, they establish their friendships. So yeah. But when Yuji actually eventually returns to the countryside, yeah. But while Yuji had returned to the countryside, he found out that Toji had died. And Shibuya was actually there, and he had a few people actually, kind of setting Toji's house up, just not to be sold, but just to be cleaned out. And Yuji actually inherited all of it. And it turns out that Toji's injuries were just, she kind of mentioned that Toji told him this a while ago, but almost every fight he had with Yuji shortened his lifespan by at least a few minutes. And all those minutes cut up to him now. So Yuji didn't really feel bad about Toji had died. Didn't feel bad about Toji dying, but he just felt bad that Toji couldn't have lived longer to see him become, stronger. And here's one of the scars that Yuji has later in the story. The one he has in his lip, he actually got from just the makeshift Zenin room. So yeah. Okay. But sorry, this is just so back and forth. It's still Thanksgiving. Even though the party's over, people are still here. So, yeah. But eventually, a few months pass, Yuji turns 15, Wasuke dies, and Yuji has to move to Tokyo with Nanami and Hikari's help, even Toto's help, even. Or even Toto's help. I don't know why I said Toto's help, even. Fucking stupid. But yeah. But when he returns to Tokyo, the way he gets into Tokyo, technically telling Yaga, simply put, he's holding Sukuna hostage. It's because Toji had actually mentioned that, well, Yuji should take Sukuna's finger. And he does. He holds it in storage. He didn't eat it. I phrase this. So, Yuji ate the storage curse. He now has the storage curse's abilities. So, his body's kind of in half. Where basically, his body being in half, there's basically two parts of it. The two parts are basically just, one half is storage, where it's not really with his body. It would need to merge. But, I don't know how to phrase this. Yuji's body is two dimensions, not two halves, but there's a main dimension where it's Yuji's interior. Other half is just where it's Yuji's entire body, but built for storage. So, that other half. Damn it. Okay. So, the two dimensions of Yuji's body, one is pure storage, the other one is actually his natural system. Once it runs out of energy, the system, as long as it's not swords and anything, it merges with him. Swords and stuff get spit out. He kind of vomits up swords and all that if he runs out of energy. But if it's with his finger, it merges with him. So he cannot run out of cursed energy. If he runs out of cursed energy, him and Sukuna become merged vessels, kind of like how he is in canon. He basically becomes the vessel for Sukuna. If he runs out of cursed energy and Sukuna's finger remains inside of him, everything else, he vomits up. So, yeah. But basically, Yaga, Gojo, and Nanami know this now, so, yeah. Yuji's made a semi-special grade sorcerer, but his official rank is grade 1. Yaga does mention that he'll send Yuji on special grade missions, because he knows he can handle it, but, yeah. What else? Yeah. Nanami would take Yuji in as a student, since he's far above far above Megumi, and far above most of the other people. So, yeah. So, Yuji is actually given a job so far. Not like a job, let me phrase this. He's given a job at Jujutsu Tech that basically makes him a gym teacher. As he's in charge of teaching everyone martial arts and how to use weapons. Him and Maki kind of lead that class. He's introduced to her. Him and Maki doing it together. So, yeah. But he teaches the martial arts, parkour, and how to do a lot of other things. So, yeah. Also, one thing to note is that when Yuji met Megumi, he gave Megumi the same look that Gojo did when they first met. That's all Yuji sees is Gojo with spiky hair. Not Gojo. Sees Toji with spiky hair. And Megumi just looks at Yuji saying, why does everyone give me that look? And Yuji says, I'm not going to answer that if you don't know it. And just walks away. So, yeah. Yuji can already tell that Yuji can tell that Megumi doesn't know who Toji is, so Yuji isn't going to tell him unless Gojo's going to, because Gojo is his legal guardian. So, yeah. But Yuji and Nanami also do jobs for Shiyu for some extra cash, because Nanami wants to retire early, and Shiyu does good work. Does give him good work for money, as long as he doesn't kill innocent people. As long as he doesn't do what Toji does, and he's happy. So, yeah. But eventually, they just keep doing some odd jobs until the fearsome moon mark. And Yuji would go with Megumi and Kurosaki to the base, simply because, well, Nanami is doing another job, and, well, yeah. But when they go inside, Yuji just tells Megumi go save Kurosaki, because she needs to be saved, because she's still captured and all that. Okay. But keep pausing, so it's giving all that shit. Alright, an hour later, everyone finally left and my family's going to sleep, so I can record again. I'm sorry for pausing so much. So, Kurosaki is captured, and Yuji just tells Megumi, go save her. He says that are you sure you can do it on your own? And Yuji just says he can do most things on his own. Megumi decides, runs away, and Yuji goes to fight the finger bearer. Using the finger bearer, being going blow for blow, Yuji having the edge in basically every category except durability and endurance. With this finger bearer being able to take advantage of that, begins outlasting Yuji. Not really hitting faster or harder, just hitting at basically its base strength, not going all out from the start, so that Yuji runs out of energy first. Yuji notices that he may die. He may die if he doesn't go all out. But when the finger bearer puts on their last legs, finger bearer is coughing up blood and everything, he just puts a finger to Yuji's chest and blasts a hole through him. Yuji coughs up blood, and immediately finger bearer realizes that Yuji's energy ran out. He ran out trying to tank that blast. Not letting a hole through him, there's just a giant red. There wasn't a hole through his body, there's a hole in his stomach. Blood leaks out, and suddenly his face begins getting marks, and his stomach is healed. Immediately, the finger bearer is grabbed by the neck, and he tries to pull off, but Sukuna would speak. Good, that brat's finally let me free. He looks around, realizing, wait. And he thinks, I'm not free. I'm in his body. He then thinks he's going to be weak, so that she feels every ounce of strength, speed, durability, intelligence. This kid's a league above most sorcerers. In fact, he thinks it might be the best vessel ever. If he were to reincarnate to his full strength in this body, nothing would be capable of stopping him. He just smirks, picking the finger bearer up with both hands, one hand on the ankle, one hand on the neck, and just tears it in half. The finger bearer can't regenerate, it just dies. Yuji drops it, Sukuna drops it, and is walking away. But then suddenly, Sukuna realizes Yuji's taking control almost immediately. And Yuji yells to Megumi and Kuchisaki, who ran up the stairs, telling them, get out, tell Ichichi to put up the strongest curtain he can. And Ichichi will actually just really call Gojo. And, Gojo just does the same thing. He kind of helps put up the curtain. As it's Yuji's request. As Megumi says, he's trying to fight Sukuna off mentally. Let him do this, and if he can't, then beat him. And, Gojo kind of sits down, waiting for this to happen. Sukuna and Yuji begin battling, until the body just falls to the ground, leading to a fight in the mindscape. Now, how do I scale Sukuna? Well, Joko is less than half of Sukuna's power, probably about 7 to 8 fingers maximum. And Toji might be about 10 fingers. Sukuna, probably about 9. Like, for first scale, like Toji, I'll bring him to about 9 to 11 fingers of Sukuna's power. Because he's really, really powerful, but everything is the lack of curse energy is actually the problem here. So, yeah. But Yuji is Toji with curse energy, just not as there yet. Yuji's almost at Toji's level. Almost. The only thing he's missing is experience. And that's about it. Once he gets all the experience he needs, something will happen. So, yeah. So with this, Yuji just starts basically, so far, I think I'd probably bring Yuji to about close to Jogo level. About close to that. So I think he'd actually be able to beat Sukuna, who's only at about probably 3 fingers overall right now. So Yuji is actually able to pretty officially beat Sukuna here. Yuji doesn't know about fighting battles because he was not trained as a sorcerer. He's not aware of them. So, yeah, Sukuna just beaten and he takes the L right then and there, which he's amazed by. Like, someone can actually beat me. So, yeah. Once Sukuna's beaten, Yuji exits his mindscape and stands up. When she walks outside, Gojo's ready to fight, and Yuji says, "It's me." And he starts speaking about everything that he can, and immediately Gojo's like, "How'd you get control?" Yuji says, "I kicked his ass. I kicked his ass, and it wasn't that hard, honestly." And immediately Gojo begins thinking, well, he only ate 3 of Sukuna's fingers so far. And he just says, "Fight me." Yuji says, "Are you serious?" Gojo says, "Yes." With this, Yuji actually kind of grabs his lower jaw, yanking it down. They realize that due to Sukuna's energy, Yuji actually retains all the physical power, even if it's a heavenly restriction. He has Sukuna's energy levels combined with his already top power. Basically, imagine Sukuna as Toji's vessel. Or Toji Sukuna's vessel. I got that backwards. So, yeah, just imagine Toji was the vessel for Sukuna. But Yuji will open his jaw using Curse Spirit's power because, he can. Once his jaw is just yanked open, they're very confused till he opens up to see storage. And Yuji begins just kind of saying what her technique is. It's vessel. He becomes a vessel for any Curse Spirit he eats. He's eaten a few of them, they've only given him physical enhancements. He has 3. Flies, storage, now Sukuna. Once he learns to use Sukuna's abilities, he'll be unstoppable, but he only used 2 of them. That's how he flies, that's how he stores so much weapons. And he tells Gojo he saved one weapon, especially for him, in case he decides being a sorcerer isn't for him. He pulls out the inverted spear Heaven. Immediately Gojo is actually shocked by this, and well, Yuji and Gojo begin to fight. Now, Gojo actually cut a few times to the point where he actually thinks Yuji is pushing him harder than Toji did, and he actually is. This fight was the experience Yuji needed. In the middle of the fight, Yuji gained some sort of awakening. This awakening, well, Gojo noticed that Yuji felt different. And you started hitting harder, moving faster, tanking harder hits. And suddenly Gojo is stabbed, clean in the chest. Everyone had saw Gojo being leaking blood, and Sukuna is actually amazed by this. But then suddenly, Gojo actually isn't really too phased. He just pushes Yuji's hand away, making the blade come out, and the wound seems like it was never there. He tells Yuji, maybe if he was a teenager, Yuji could have permanently killed him. He has far surpassed Toji. But right now, Yuji is nothing. He may have surpassed the sorcerer killer, but he had not surpassed Satoru Gojo. And Gojo means pounding Yuji into the dirt, mercilessly, without much effort. By the time he's done, Yuji's coughing up blood and healing pretty quickly. Because I see the curses probably have an accelerated healing rate, and Yuji has that accelerated healing rate. Well, 1, because he's superhuman, 2, because he's kind of a curse now. So, when he stands up, now getting the scar that we see kind of on his face. And Gojo actually notices that Yuji's pretty different. He's kind of impressive to be honest. So yeah. As he stands up, he basically just tells Gojo, it was a good fight, thank you. And Gojo actually has the inverted spear Heaven, and it seems like he's about to break it. But suddenly, Yuji appears, using Chain of 1,000 Miles, snatching it back. And immediately Gojo asks, why is it so important to you? He refuses to let weapons that could kill him exist. And Yuji just says, how I phrase it. He just says that this weapon is one of the only things his master had left him. He doesn't know where his other tools are, and he's searching for them. That's his main goal. As he actually doesn't know, Toji had Chiyu hide them. Because he refuses, he thinks that Yuji isn't there yet. Once Yuji had finally reached his full potential, then Yuji can have all the weapons. Yuji's not aware of where all Toji's tools are, like kind of like the soul splitting katana and all that. So, yeah. The only thing he has is the inverted spear Heaven and the Chain of 1,000 Miles. Everything else was hidden. So, yeah. But now going on. We would have Yuji probably just, leaving now. But Nanami had pulled up because he had heard from Ijichi that Yuji was fighting Gojo. He surprised that Yuji actually survived, but saw that Gojo actually had a few cuts in his uniform. And he just Gojo, how it happened. And all Gojo says is that Yuji was really strong. And he just tells Nanami that Yuji is probably the strongest sorcerer ever right now. Besides him, of course, but still. Now, Yuji and Nanami do some more missions. They hang out with Hikari and Todo from time to time. And then eventually we go on to the Junpei arc. And on this arc, Yuji kind of just handles everything the same way as in canon, until it came to having dinner with Junpei and his mom. Yuji actually killed Nanami and told him to hang out. And because Yuji didn't sense her spirit nearby, and he's not willing to just take that risk with Nanami's family, with Junpei's family nearby. So Yuji just tells Nanami, come here, because, he thinks that Nanami would have a better plan, as Yuji's a bit more reckless than most people, because he knows he can take it. So yeah, Nanami comes over, him and Yuji do dinner with Junpei and his mom, and when Junpei's mom fell asleep, Mahito would arrive, trying to plant Sukuna's finger. Suddenly his hand is grabbed and cut off. And he sees Yuji, who actually cloaking search energy really well. Due to him having so many years' experience with low cursed energy, he knows how to bring his levels really down to that level. Point where he's basically invisible. So yeah. But Mahito looks at his hand, regrows it, only just get pieced up by now Nanami. And he gets jumped again by Yuji and Nanami. Junpei comes up to see what's going on because he hears yelling and blood flying everywhere, because he hears blood splashing. But then he asks what Mahito's doing here, and Yuji just tells him Mahito tried to kill his mom. Yuji holds Sukuna's finger and tells him what it is, and then Yuji tries to eat it. But only from the grab of the neck, almost gets transfigured. But Sukuna prevents it. But Mahito doesn't focus on Sukuna anymore, just grabs the finger, running off. Bringing Yuji to, one less finger. But still, more curses arrive, getting beaten, and Junpei is now on the side of Yuji and Nanami. So, yeah. Yeah. But now I'm going to probably just Junpei having a school change, but due to him basically graduating, like he's finishing school, Yaga just has him be his assistant. With him as Yaga's assistant, Junpei as Yaga's assistant, Yaga just kind of takes on, I don't know how to phrase. There's a phrasing that's really hard for me right now. Yaga kind of been training Junpei as his ally, but also due to him working Mahito, he's on a very short leash right now. So yeah. But yeah. But some of Junpei's training actually involves him having Moondrake tentacles being enhanced. Not enhanced, but being changed, altered with Shoko's help. As with the eight tentacles, or probably 8. Actually, you know what? I'll go 4. 4 or 5. 4. So something on 4. Junpei had 8 originally, but he combined them to 4, where they're a lot larger and stronger. They're overall enhanced. The 8 tentacles are, they're much thicker, meaning they hit harder, they're stronger overall. Stronger, faster, more durable. Yeah. Well, the tentacles, those can induce paralysis, madness, hallucinations, and illness, where they make you just convulse and vomit. Hallucinations can make you see your worst fear, kind of like fear toxin. Then madness can basically just make you go insane. And paralysis, paralyzes you. But yeah. Now, the Kyoto Goodwill event begins, but nobody really wants to kill Yuji, since he had no choice but to fuse with Sukuna. It's kind of story spun by Yaga. Story spun as either Yuji became a vessel capable of resisting Sukuna, as Yaga made it known to me at the council, he beat Sukuna. Sukuna is under Yuji's control right now. So everyone is aware of that. That's kind of a real fact, because he beat Sukuna. That's big news. So yeah. So Yuji became Sukuna's vessel, or the special grade cursed finger bearer became the vessel. So special grade or special grade on the human side or on the curse side. So with that, the 2 curses, they're happy. They're happy that Yuji's on their side right now. So yeah. But now when it came to the Kyoto and Tokyo students facing off to go get the curses, they met each other face to face. Everyone feels a big tension between Yuji and Toto. Only for them to dab each other up, and they just yell, "Brother!" Immediately wait, what the fuck? And Nanami just mentions that when Yuji came to Tokyo for the first time, him and Akari started beating down most curses, and actually held off Geto for a while. Which Gojo didn't really realize. He knew Akari was there, but he didn't know Yuji, because no one knew his name. So, But yeah, Toto and Yuji just hung out for a bit while time was being counting down for the event to start. They were just fawning over pictures of Takada, the idol that Toto has a crush on. But now Yuji has a crush on her too. But yeah, eventually they track in the curses. This basically goes by very quickly, since Yuji is very good at sensing curses. He's had to learn how to pick up on the senses of most curses. So I don't know how to sense most curses, but yeah. But there were really no big fight or training moments, since Yuji already knows Black Flash. He's fought curses for a majority of his quote unquote life. I put life in quotes simply because he's never really had a normal life. It was mainly just revolved around Toji. He preferred it that way. He never really wanted to do anything else besides fight and train. It's been his favorite thing. He doesn't have any fond memories of anything else besides hanging out with his grandpa and training, or just in his hospital room talking to him. The only thing he enjoys is talking and training. So he never really has a life. So, yeah. And when it comes to Black Flash, he learned it while in that room that Toji had made. And he learned it once, then Toji began helping him enhance it. So all of that, Yuji taught to basically every student except Maki, because she has no cursed energy. But he told Maki that if Mai trained as hard as she could, then Maki and Mai, if they trained together, they'd likely grow much stronger. They grow parallel to each other. And Maki didn't really know that until Yuji confirmed it, because he's aware of heavenly restrictions. Toji taught him about it. And Yuji can identify them pretty quickly. So, yeah. But yeah. But eventually time passed, everyone was in the showers, cleaning off their dirt and sweat. Not much blood. No curse was really too powerful to them. Momo was like the only one with blood because she just fell off her broom at one point. So, yeah. But eventually, while they're cleaning everything off, most people were leaving the showers when they got attacked by Juzo, Hanami, and Haruta. Not in the shower, they were just attacked in general, so no one was like ready for a fight. Everyone was really off guard. Except for Gojo and Yuji. And kind of Nanami. It's kind of like the scene in film Red where we have not film Red, I mean film Gold, or I think it was Gold. Hold up, real quick. It was the Heart of Gold movie. It was Gold something. But yeah, the Heart of Gold movie where we have Usopp, Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy, who all sensed that giant fish coming their way. But while only Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji had sensed it in time, Usopp lagged behind. While we have Yuji and Gojo being on time, Nanami lagged behind in this sense. So yeah. But yeah, so this one, while everyone was ready for fight, Yuji's basically fighting in his boxers, which he's okay with. Haruta had tried ambushing Ichichi, but because Ichichi seemed weak, Junpei just used Moondregs and stung Haruta with the tentacle of hallucination. And Haruta just ran around looking crazy. And when he tried to run around, just run past Junpei, thinking of him as like a monster, Junpei literally just clotheslined him and sent him into the air, grabbed him by the hair, and slammed him into the ground full force, taking Haruta down right then and there. Junpei being pretty exceptionally strong already due to Yuji touching him Black Flash. And Junpei can use it pretty effectively, since he just uses it 1-2, and that's about it. He has 2 Black Flashes in a day, and that's about it. So, yeah. But what else? But yeah, so Hanami had attacked various points, attempting to get Sukuna's fingers, but he gets chased away, like he just gets chased off by Gojo. But Juzo is captured by Yuji, because he tried to use one of his cursed tools, only for Yuji to appear with a basic katana, and then fighting off Juzo without much effort, actually cutting off his arms and legs with one swift motion. Like he went in for a kick, Yuji literally just spun his sword, cutting off that one foot, or cutting off the one leg, the arm, and when he's putting his sword away, swung it by the other leg, taking it. So with this, Juzo was just incapacitated right then and there. And Gojo's like, wow, you're really good with any weapon you pick up. So, yeah. But, yeah. But now with this, there's a small time skip in between the arc and the Cursed Womb arc, where we see Nanami and Yuji training with Hikari. And they're in the middle of Hikari's fighting club as there's a day off. And Hikari says, geez, if you idiots really can't conjure a domain, how fucking sad. As he kind of just laughs. Hikari just tells Hikari, go easy on them. They're not like him. They're not geniuses. And Hikari says, Yuji can have a break, because he trained with a non-sorcerer his entire life. Nanami's a loser. So, yeah. But they can fight with Hikari for hours. And that particular stress, because Nanami's the one getting all the heat. Yuji isn't. He has an excuse. Nanami doesn't. The excuse was that he quit being a sorcerer. He quit by choice. He lagged behind by choice. And Nanami's catching all the heat. Hikari's calling him an idiot, a loser, a quitter. He's getting every insult in the book thrown at him. And because Hikari knows this will bring the peak of negative energy from Nanami to its pinnacle. Now, eventually with this, Hikari knows that Nanami's cursed energy reached a peak, and he just says, you're right, I'm a loser, but I'm a loser who will go down killing you. Before anyone can react, Nanami finally conjures a domain. This domain, well, when they entered it, Hikari just felt unnerved. Like, he was just really sad, felt weak, felt drained. And inside the domain, he tried using his own. And when he did, he beat Nanami. But he was sweating, panting. The usually chill and really laid back Hikari was just not terrified, but he just felt drained. He's like, I'm gonna go sit down. And he walks away. And Hikari's like, well, what's wrong? He says, that domain is built off Nanami's experience as a worker. A domain is built off depression. And it is. So, yeah. Nanami had basically conjured up the worst name for it. As Nanami didn't like being cool or creative, he just felt like naming it what it is. And employees hell. So, employees hell is the name of the domain. And the domain gathers the maximum amount of first energy of overtime, or gathers the amount of, what phrase this? A domain that gathers the maximum amount of overtime in a month that a worker can use. And that's about 360 hours in a month, I think. Hold up. Usually, not even brought out about 360 hours worth of overtime in that domain. But we turned all those hours into cursed energy, bringing Nani's power up by almost 360 times for about 1 minute. So with this it basically brings Nanami 360 times stronger for 1 minute, but also increases his power. To him having 360 times the amount of cursed energy he usually has, he kind of has the same effect as like Hikari, where his Hikari becomes immortal because he has reverse cursed energy flowing through him constantly. Nanami has the same effect for less time. Because he's so effective as a fighter, he doesn't really care. He's used to it. So with this, well, he's a lot more effective than Hikari for 4 minutes. In that 1 minute, he does the same amount of work as 4 minutes for Hikari. And Hikari did notice this as they fought. It was a really impressive fight, to be honest. So yeah. Now, if Nanami stays and wins inside his domain, or pulls it down and uses the 1 minute outside of it, well, if he takes it down and uses the power without, like, let me phrase this. Shit. So, if Nanami stays inside the domain, well, he doesn't really get anything happens to him. The domain is very poorly lit, and there's dark shadows. It's just a very poorly lit area. And every object in there, like the desks and chairs, well, they're able to use as weapons. But if Nanami takes down the domain, he gets a very big increase in his speed and his strength. And that's what he usually does. He takes down the domain and fights against Hikari. Hikari had to take down his domain as well and use his gambler's luck for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. But yeah. Now, Yuji had never accomplished his domain, but he did learn new shadow style simple domain where he canceled out other domains or rendered himself kind of invulnerable to it. So yeah. Okay. But we can go on to like basically the painting arc now. Due to Yuji's status as a teacher, but also as somewhat of a semi-special grade now, he organized a team. He's allowed to. And now he's officially special grade because he controls Sukuna. He's beaten Sukuna. But also due to his training with Hikari and Nanami, well, he went from about 9 to 10 pages to Sukuna, worth probably about 13. So he's still very powerful now. More powerful than usual. But he organized the team for the mission, and he'll supervise it as Megumi, Kushisaki, Maki, and shockingly, Mai. So yeah, he grabbed another person from the mission, and Gakuganji allowed it simply because, well, Yuji promised not to let her get too badly hurt. So yeah. Now, on to the bridge, Kusaki's walking Mai through how to use Black Flash in case she's in trouble. Mai's kind of just ignoring her, but Kusaki is still talking to her just in case she wants to learn. But yeah, the fights in this one are Maki and Mai versus Sonkechizu, while it's Megumi and Kusaki versus the Finger Bearer. Now Maki and Mai, as they fought Sonkechizu, Maki's still a bit stronger than Canon, but still she's not too strong because Mai does not train that much. So with the fight began, and Mai noticed that Maki began acting as a shield now, because Maki had broken her sword. It wasn't really important, but still it was her sword. So with this, Maki is taking all the damage for her, and yeah. Maki taking all the damage. Which Mai is fine, but she's just upset now. She tells Maki, why are you guarding me? You abandoned me. You abandoned me. Damage is done, so quit risking your life for me and let me die. Maki just pushed brothers back a little bit, using now like kind of a probably playful kind. I can see her having that now. She uses it and pushes everyone else back, like just as one catches you a little bit. Not much, but it worked. And Maki just yells, saying, I didn't want to abandon you. The clan was just suffocating our potential, and I didn't want to bring them to the hell that being a rogue Zenin is. She says that due to her being a rogue Zenin, they're forcing her rank lower. She didn't want that for Mai. Maki's taking on a burden that she didn't want Mai to ever suffer. And Mai had teared up, knowing that Maki's too strong to be a grade 4. This explains it. When Mai teared up, she would use Black Flash, punching Kechizu into Eso, then using the gun to shoot Eso right in the knee. With that, he's kind of temporarily just down for the count. And Maki started using Playful Cloud a bit more effectively, and actually knocked out Kechizu. The two sisters reaching somewhat of a peak, bringing Maki's overall power to now a grade 2, and Mai matching that. But only for a short instance. The two sisters had pushed Eso and Kechizu into a stalemate with them, temporarily crippling them. But eventually they had both collapsed because their boost had ran out. But as the boost ran out, we're going to move forward to another fight. Kurosaki and Megumi versus the Finger Bearer. Megumi and his toads were using an incomplete domain to hold down the Finger Bearer, as Nobar had used Black Flash about 3 times to basically bash apart its joints, pretty quickly actually. And then eventually she decided to use her hairpin technique, and she restored its chest, basically just basically having it explode, so to say. And immediately she had caught the finger from its chest, and just kind of put it in her pouch. The Finger Bearer didn't die quite yet, but it was just leaking blood. It had been crawling away, trying to survive. But then he pulled out a tool that Yuji had given him. He put the tool just in his shirt, and he swinging it around. He swung it around when he had wrapped it around the handle on the bridge, and yanked it down, having a piece of rubble from the bridge slam right into the head of the Finger Bearer, caving it in and killing him. The Finger Bearer dead. Well, we go on back to Eso and Kechizu versus Maki and Mai. He tried to landing killing blow on Maki, but Yuji had flown down using his reinforced body plus reinforcement curse energy, and just sent Eso and Kechizu flying as he just sent them off the bridge, or off the highway. So, yeah. But immediately, as Yuji hit them, their eyes kind of just widen, they kind of go blank. This is they end up seeing each other at a dinner table, eating with each other. Kechizu was next to them, so was Eso. They were Eso, Yuji, and Kechizu together, but with a man at the end of the table. His eyes and his face kind of just blanked out. They didn't know what it looked like, or Yuji didn't. As Kechizu knew who it was, but Yuji didn't. Now Maki and Mai get into Nita's car as she drives them somewhere else with Megumi and Kurosaki. But Yuji goes off to find Eso and Kechizu, who are sent flying off the highway. When they reunite, Yuji begins talking to them, and after they talk for a bit, their curse techniques are brought up to it. Yuji talks about his and how it works. Immediately, they actually tell Yuji, "Eat us. We don't want to roam free, but we also don't want to work under anyone else but our brother." Yuji begins crying, knowing that they'll technically be dead to everyone else but himself. So with this, actually, he ate them, and then finally the last thing he ate were their fingers. And by the time he's done, he now has 2 people helping him hold back Sukuna. So Sukuna is now held back even more, but Yuji's also gained access to their rot technique, and a small bit of blood control. So yeah. Now, eventually with this, when he walks over to Nita, who's kind of just healing Maki and Mai, and Kurosaki and Megumi weren't really too beat up. They had a few small scratches and all that, but yeah. But yeah. But Yuji had noticed that Maki and Mai, their bond was restored, and Mai officially left the Zenin clan. She was training hard with Todo and Naruto Shikama, as Maki trained hard and worked hard as usual. But with this people now being rogue, but also Yuji kind of threatening the Zenin clan, as he shows off his emerged spirit heaven, they now know where he got it from. They're now terrified that Toji's will and hatred towards the Zenin clan was now carried on to Yuji. So with this, they begin kind of letting Maki and Mai become their own sorcerers. So with them as their own sorcerers, this kind of made how to phrase this. This made Maki and Mai, they're now grade 2 overall. Mai still goes to Kyoto, but she comes by Jujutsu Tech or Tokyo Tech every once in a while. So yeah. Now, this one, Junpei's mom and Nanami, they begin dating because Junpei's mom is still alive. So she begins dating Nanami, and they're going on pretty steady. There's one thing that is actually kind of hurting their relationship. She's terrified of Mahito, because that was the man who almost killed her. With him out there, she doesn't know how to rest easy. So Nanami has a small character change. He's avidly hunting Mahito because he wants Mahito dead because he is still traumatizing his girlfriend. So with this, Nanami rejects Mahito to the fight with Mekamaru. Now when he finds Mekamaru about to go all out and sees Mahito about to use his domain, he kind of just appears, just black flashing Mekamaru through a building, and just yells domain expansion, activating it faster than Mahito can, shocking Mahito. But also because Mahito never really can do domain expansion, he doesn't really know how to use it too well. So this would be a very shitty domain. It'd be very weak, honestly. So this is kind of slow and fragile. Nanami is the opposite of that. It's very fast and durable. So when he uses it, he immediately begins beating down Mahito worse than ever before. His ratio is being increased, activating weak points throughout the entire fight. And he kind of destroys almost every weak point in Mahito's body, almost killing him until he sees tree limbs, water, and lava break down his domain. But he says, alright then, that'd be enough for now. As he grabs Mahito's jaw, tearing it off, and vanishing. As he vanished, they thought it was teleportation. Only see Nanami jumping around on the phone as he grabs Mekamaru from his mech and begins running off. They hear someone yell Yuji, and then, Yuji was on the phone, but it was just Nanami telling him, hey, I need backup. And as soon as someone was about to grab Nanami, someone unknown, we end up seeing Gojo arrive. They hear curse-taking blue lapse, and it knocks out basically everyone in the vicinity except Nanami and Mekamaru. The unknown man who was about to grab them was hiding. Gojo didn't see them, but he didn't bother looking. He just grabbed his friend and the student and left. Now, immediately, Nanami had looked at Yuji once they're back at Tokyo Tech, saying, why did he show up? Yuji says, one, I would not have been there fast enough, so don't yell at me. You would have died. Two, I honestly don't know. He was probably eavesdropping. So, there was his answer right then and there. But, yeah. But that's kind of the end of the discussion for Yuji and Nanami. We now go on to the unknown man, who we know as Tsurugeto, or now Kenjaku. Kenjaku was very, Kenjaku was very nervous because his trump card was about to go out the window. He didn't know what to do. Kenjaku would basically just, say, lucky I was lucky that he wasn't really interested in me at all. Which he very much is. He's very lucky about that. But now something else would happen. With this, we go on to probably just, Mekamaru. Mekamaru is held captive by Tokyo Tech. Kakaji would arrive, and when he arrives, he's greeted at the door by Junpei and Ita, who hold out forms for him to sign. And Junpei just says, sign here so we aren't liable for any harm we may do to you or your student. We might do to you or your student. Kanji aside, saying, wow, Kokichi screwed up that bad, huh? Shame. He signed, then collected a student who wasn't executed because he had mildly decent intel. If his intel was somewhat worse, he would have been killed. So, yeah. But now we go into the start of the Shibuya event, where we see Kokichi, Ichichi, Junpei, and the Nisa siblings sitting on the sidelines, forming a plan to fight against the curses. Because they know that Kenjaku is planning something for Shibuya. Now, one reason that Junpei, Ichichi, and the Nita siblings are making plans with with Kokichi, is because he's not trustworthy. Or in their opinion, he's not. So they're making the plans, or helping make the plans. So, yeah. Now, Gojo is warned of someone named Kenjaku, but they don't know he was Geto. Or looks like Geto. So, yeah. So, they're mildly aware of who he may be, but not who he truly is. Or who he may be, but not who he truly is. Like, he may look like Geto, but they're not sure if he is Geto. But, yeah. Well, yeah. So, we're going to end the story probably right here for now, until part 2. If you guys enjoyed for now, like and subscribe for part 2. I don't really have like or subscribe goals. We'll literally just comment part 2. If I get like 4 comments saying that, part 2 will come. Alright, adios.